right now we're going to talk about romance. You know, there are a lot of ladies out there who've read all the relationship books. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. He's just not that into you.
They still find themselves in one destructive relationship after another.
Right, but all that's going to change right now. Let's welcome Craig Whedon. He's the author of the runaway bestseller, Wake Up, He's a Shapeshifter. Craig, welcome to our show. Good
Tracy,
to see you.
it's always great to be here. Thank you.
Now, Craig, a lot of women blame themselves because they end up dating one bad guy after another, but you say that's wrong.
Tracy, that's right. There's so many women out there that are fun, sexy, and smart, but keep finding themselves dating complete jerks. And then they read my book, and it's like they wake up for the first time. It's not their fault. They're actually dating the same guy over and over. He just keeps taking different physical forms.
He's a shapeshifter.
Right. Let's take a look here. There are 12 different types of shapeshifters. All of them hate commitment, and they would all sooner shift shape again than take responsibility for their own actions.
The lying shapeshifter. The shapeshifter who's too career-oriented,
the one who's bad at communicating. I know some women who dated him.
That one gets around.
You know, all this week we've been asking women to send in their relationship problems to us via the website, and we've pulled out a few of them to show you here right now. You think you can help them, Craig?
Jim, of course I can.
I met my new boyfriend at a bar, and he turned out to be just as shallow as the last boyfriend I met at that bar. Craig, help.
Anna, wake up. He's a shapeshifter. All of those men are one man.
Wake up. I love it.
Well, that's right, and I can't stress this enough. You have to be aware of the warning signs outlined in my book.
And one of the biggest ones is if he tells you he really isn't ready for anything serious.
Tracy, at that point, he may as well just peel off his outer layer and reveal his true reptilian form.
Well, Craig, we have another one to listen to.
I don't know what to do. I've tried to mix it up. After the last guy I broke up with, I dated his brother, his best friend, his best friend's brother, his other brother, and his cousin. What am I doing wrong?
Rachel, I have 3 words for you. He's a shapeshifter.
It's so sad, really.
Well, Craig, what should Rachel and women like her do?
The best thing that they can do is go to my website, craigwhedon.com, and buy a bottle of my Shapeshifter Nay Spray. It doesn't smell like anything to you guys, but to a shapeshifter, it smells terrible. And if that doesn't work, then maybe your problem is he's not a shapeshifter. He's actually a robot from the future using a cloaking device to appear to be human.
Wow.
Now check out my next book, ladies. Look out, he's an android. That's coming out in stores next month.
Great. Well, Craig Whedon, thanks for being our guest again this morning. And right now we have the inspirational story of a couple that overcame the loss of their son by having another son.
John and Mary Elgis seemed like a match made in heaven, but appearances can be deceiving. The tall, handsome husband to whom Mary swore till death do us part would murder her, but not before having sex with her body more than 1,000 times over 10 years. Officials said it was a crime of passion related to the Elgis' recent financial woes.
We believe that he has become despondent recently over the financial situation of his household, and that this murder is a direct result of that.
But the police and the headlines only tell part of the story. John Elgis' crime had begun years ago. He used Mary's body for sex 1 to 3 times a week starting on their very wedding night in 1998. John Elgis was so ego-mad, he would frequently parade his sex prisoner out in public, taking her to the movies, restaurants, and church, taunting her with whiffs of freedom. Shockingly, police and the Elgis' neighbors missed all the signs of the decade-long sex murder.
They were just a nice, normal couple.
And did you ever hear noises coming from the house?
Well, sometimes I heard the radio.
To cover up the screaming. Inside this normal-looking house was John Elgis' sex kingdom. In the kitchen, where he would eventually murder her, John would have Mary prepare him sumptuous meals. He would force the captive Mary to listen to his rambling anecdotes about his job. Sometimes, John would flex his power over her, demanding she tell him about her day as well. Sometimes, they would watch TV. Then John would drag Mary upstairs and into his sex dungeon to defile her. Haunting music, strange plants, candles, and books were the weapons in John's arsenal of perversion. But this grotesque tale gets even sicker. John Elgis sired offspring by his captive sex slave. The child was stored in a room in John Elgis' home, steps from Daddy's bedroom sex vault. Mary Elgis died in her kitchen, One merciful blow to the head, ending her long sexual torture. Most likely, she died mid-coitus as John raped her. Police say John was giving first aid to Mary when they arrived, undoubtedly regretting that he had just destroyed his favorite sex toy. John Elgis is gone now, serving 6 years for involuntary manslaughter. But this community is still reeling following the discovery of this coital boogeyman. A stark reminder that twisted sex dungeons can exist anywhere. For Raw Justice, I'm Dean Reed.